In the previous video, we started to build the rims of our tires using Adobe Illustrator. Now we'll go in and continue to use Illustrator to build additional curves that can be used to add even more detail to the rims. Okay, so here's where we left off with Illustrator, building the outer portion of the rim. Now what I'd like to do is draw more curves to use as the sockets for the lug nuts, and also some additional curves to be used to add detail to some of these spokes. The problem right now is, though, if I draw one curve up here, I need to be able to rotate it around and have it fit perfectly into this next arm, and so on and so forth. But right now, there's really no way of being able to find the center point of this star. So what I need to do now is, you'll notice if I draw a circle, there's actually this little blue dot right in the center that shows where that center point is. So let's use that to our advantage to find the center point of this star. So what I'm going to do is select the ellipse tool, okay, and I'm going to click and draw. And as I draw this, I'm going to hold down on my Alt key to make it draw from the center of the starting point. And then also, as I'm holding down on the Alt key and my mouse button, I need to also be able to hold down on the Shift key. So I'm holding down Alt and Shift at the same time. Okay, and what I want to be able to do is position this circle so that it fits just about perfectly on all 5 arms of this star. And you can see I'm just a little bit off. Like, say, at the top portion of this star, that circle's a little bit lower than what it needs to be. So to be able to pick up this circle and move it, this is going to take a little bit of dexterity for your fingers. While still holding down on the Alt and the Shift key, you also need to be able to hold down on the space bar, and that'll actually pick this circle up and move it. Okay, and let me try that again. So hold down Alt and Shift at the same time, and then you can hold down on your space bar to pick this circle up and move it. And I'm just trying to get this to where it fits pretty closely on all 5 of these arms. And now what I can do is, now I can use the center point of this circle to find out right where the center point is of my star. So what I can do now is, with this active, if you don't already have your ruler turned on, you can turn that on by going up to View and then turn on Rulers. So I think by default it's turned off. So just go up to View and then Show Rulers, or Control R is the shortcut key. And with this circle selected, what we can do now is just click and draw, or click and drag, and what we'll do is just draw a guide right through the center of this. And we'll also draw a guide right there. So these guides intersect right at the center point of this circle, which also happens to be the exact center point of the star. Okay, so I've pretty much used the circle for what I need. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And now I know right where these intersect. That's the exact center point of this spoke. Okay, so what I'll do is zoom in a little closer, and let's use the ellipse. Okay, and I'm going to hold down on my Shift key as I draw out this new ellipse to make it a perfect circle. Okay, and let's get that positioned right about here. That's pretty close, somewhere in the center. Okay, now what I need to be able to do is take this and duplicate it so that it fits perfectly on all of these other 5, or all these other 4 arms. So what we can do is, with this circle selected, let's go over here to the Rotate tool. Okay, and with the Rotate tool selected, what you can do is either click and draw or click and drag to rotate this. Since it's a circle, you really can't see the rotation happening. Or, with this Rotate tool still active, if you hold down on the Alt key while you click and draw, that'll move that center point, or the actual rotation point. So what we need to be able to do is hold down on the Alt key and click right in the center of these guides. Okay, and when you let off your mouse key, it'll pull up this dialog box asking you for angle of rotation. So if you take, let's see, we're going to need a total of 5. So if you were to take 5, or 360 degrees divided by 5, that'll give you about 72 degrees. Okay, so with a 72-degree angle, let's hit copy, and that'll move this right up here, right where we want it. Okay, so with this circle selected and the rotate tool active, go ahead and click again right in the center of these guides, and when you click, it'll go ahead and bring up this rotate dialog box again, and we'll just go ahead and with 72 still active, we'll copy it again. Okay, and we can just keep going around. With this one, we'll Alt click, copy it, and one more time, Alt click, and copy it. And now what we have are 5 circles that are right in the center. Now they may not quite match up, and this is because I started off, not dead center of this arm. So what we could do is just hold down your Shift key, select all of these circles, and with your rotate tool still active, just rotate these until they fit pretty close to perfectly. Okay, so now we have the lug nut sockets for these spokes. In the next video, we'll go ahead and add some more details to this rim, and then we'll be ready to take this back into Maya.